Good morning. All right, I'm making sure that I'm online and going the right direction. Let's see. Oh, yay, I am. Hello. I am Stampin' Dee Dee, and I am here today on Stampin' Thursday, and it is the first Thursday of the month. This is December 1st. Can you believe it? December 1st. Wow. Where has this year gone? I don't know. But anyway, here we are, December 1st. It's the first Thursday of the month. So I'm here to introduce to you the December Monthly Stamp Club. Now, this stamp club is a to-go club. I do offer an in-house time to come and work on it together if you're local and you want to, but it is a to-go club, and I'm going to show you everything about that, and I'm going to show you the set that we're going to use for this month's stamp club. So I'm glad you're here. If you're watching, if you would just comment, say I'm here or hello, or let me know that you are with me. And I will be posting this on YouTube shortly. So, well, we have an appointment to go to right after this. So I may not be able to post it until I'm putting my sound up. And I'm turning this sound off. Hold on a minute. Why isn't it echoing? All right. Now, I think I have the sound on my phone turned up and the sound on my computer turned off. So we should be good. Hi, Kay. I'm so glad you're here. Yes, so our December Monthly Stamp Club is featuring the Cottage Rose Bundle. And I'm pulling back into the annual catalog now and focusing on some of my favorites. And this Cottage Rose is one of those, one of my favorites. So the easiest way to show you is in the catalog. So it's on page 57 in the annual catalog. Let me see if I can. So, well, let's see. This is the stamp set. And the dies are shown down here, and I'll show them to you in a minute. But this stamp set has wonderful sentiments. It's going to be fab, feel better soon, friends forever, you are positively the greatest, best wishes, and happy birthday. And then it has multiple flowers and some leaves with the stamp set, and then the die set gives you even more, and we'll look at that in a minute. So this suite also features the designer series paper called Abigail Rose, and I'll be using it on at least a couple of the cards, but it is a beautiful, beautiful designer series paper with wonderful flowers in it. So, all right, so that is on page 57 in your annual catalog. Now let's look at the set itself. So several of these stamps are missing because I have them on blocks. But these are the dies that we're going to be looking at too today. And this one in particular, this large die, I'm going to show you some ways to use this that make it really fun. And then you have a die that cuts out your large flower. Let's see, right there. It cuts out your large flower. And this die actually cuts out these 3 flowers. There we go. There we go. Let's see. You have to work it. It must be There it is. It's that one right there. These 3 flowers are cut out from this part of the die. And then the big flower that we're going to be using today is cut out by this part of the die. So the big die also cuts out some of the smaller flowers. And then you have some blossoms and some leaves that are also cut out. And these are the kind that you don't stamp. Those are just die cuts. This one is the one that, well, and I have it on a block, but it cuts out that leaf right there. All right. So that's the stamp set and the die set. Let me get this back now. That this month, the monthly stamp club features. Well, now I'm not going to be able to get it back in there the way I want it, so I'm just going to do that. So let's talk a little bit, just a little bit, a minute, about the monthly stamp club. It is $35, and it includes all the supplies you will need to create 8 cards, 2 each of 4 different designs, and I'm going to show you those in just a minute. These kits will not be stamped, however, so if you don't have the Cottage Rose stamp set, you can either add it on to your club fee, and you pay the catalog price, I pay the shipping and tax. Or you can substitute another stamp set, another similar flower stamp set in this case, that you already have. So you'll also get the PDF tutorial, complete with color photos, and you will receive $20 to $25 in new products, which you will use, can be used on your cards. So that in itself, $20 to $25 worth of brand new products, plus your 8 card kits and the tutorial, $35. So this monthly stamp club, if you do the stamp club for 6 months in a row, then you will receive a swag bag with $25 in free products. So that's a great deal too. The club will be introduced the very first of every month, and you'll have until the 10th to sign up and pay. And then the kits will be ready for pickup or mailing by the 25th. And of course, if I have to mail them, it'll be a $10 extra fee. You know, the priority mailing has gone up. So some of it is $9.90, some of it is $10.20. So anyway, all right, this month, the 4 cards are, just a second. This is one of them. Best wishes. Making sure you can see this. There we go. And this is using the Abigail Rose Designer Series paper. It's using the Simply Elegant trim, and it's using the champagne rhinestones. All right. And then this one. This one is using the Dots and Spots die. And of course, that will be die cut for you already. Any die that you might not have will be included in the kit. For example, these, and that's what I was showing you with the leaves that only have the dies. So they come out like this. Let me move this over. And they're just wonderful to use for little fillers on your pages. So this is the way these look. All right. And I used those in the white right here on this card. So I wanted you to see those. These are just great to stick behind things, to add into your card. They add dimension and interest. All right. This one, you'll have to do some coloring. And of course, you can do it any color you want. It will be the Blushing Bride background, but any color that coordinates with the Blushing Bride. You'll get the label already die cut. You'll need to stamp it yourself with whatever greeting. If you don't have cottage rose, whatever greeting you want for that, and you'll get the ribbon. So all of that will be provided for you. This is another one of the cards. I'm trying to get this where you can see them all. So this is another one. Feel better real soon. This is a real simple one. This set lends itself to simple cards, simple stamping cards. This one, you just stamp the image on the gray. And of course, you'll receive all the papers. You'll receive this piece of frayed ribbon. And the sentiment from the Cottage Rose is feel better soon, with 3 pearls added to it. All right, so we've got that one. And last but not least, we have a fun fold card. So this is just simply your image stamped. And I'm going to show you how it's colored. And it's the real red, and this is some of the designer series paper from Abigail Rose, and you'll, of course, get that included in your kit. So the card that we're going to look at today is this one right here. And while I'm not going to use the same colors or the same card base, it'll be the same card. So let me find my pieces. All right. So for this card and for this one, let me move that over here. I think I can move that right there. The card base is 8.5 by 5.5, and you're going to score it at 1.5 and at 4 1/4. So mine is already scored at 1.5 and 4 1/4. So I'm going to set that aside. All right, and then you'll have you'll have a piece of basic white that is 4 by 5 1/4. And that is for the inside of the card. So 4 by 5 1/4. And then another piece of basic white that is 2.5 by 2 3/4. And a piece of the pool party that is 2 3/4 by 3. And of course, this is so that you can mat your basic white. Now, on this card, of course, I used the real red. It's the same card with different colors. All right. So we'll take that one off, and we'll take this one off. And then your designer series paper, I picked from the Hues of Happiness bundle. I just wanted to do one with a little bit different color. So this one is 2 3/4 by 5 1/4, and you'll cut 2 of those. So on your card in your kit, it's this piece and this piece. Okay? So 2 3/4 by 5 1/4, and then another piece of the same designer series paper. It's 1 by 5 1/4, and that's the one that goes right there. And then you're going to need a scrap, and I chose the Fresh Freesia, and that'll be for your sentiment. All right? Oh, and the ribbon is also the Fresh Freesia ribbon, and we'll use that. And we're going to use the adhesive backed sequins and gems because it has both of these colors that we'll see which one we like better. All right, so we're going to get busy making this card. Today's video, I've got a lot to share with you. So we're going to keep moving. Now, this card right here, the whole thing will be included in your kit. But there were some things about this card that I wanted to show you. Now, you do want to burnish this really well, and I do it again and again throughout the card making process so that it will lay flat as possible. So we're going to go ahead and add this piece here. And we're going to go ahead and do that. Let me get my adhesive out and going. All right. And I want to do all 3 pieces of designer series paper going the same direction. Okay. All right. So we're going to get that one going. Get it centered on here. There we go. And we're going to go on and do the inside piece as well. Okay. Oh, I want to do it this way. Okay. Got those 2, and we're going to do this one. Now, you could pick any kind, any type of designer series paper. Now I got tape runner on my mat, and I don't want tape runner on my mat. All right, so we're going to go on and put this on as well. Man, it's sticky. There we go. All right. Get the tape that overlapped. Okay. I'm going to burnish it again. You can see it starts popping up. I just want to keep it down as much as possible. These fun fold cards, it's hard to keep them totally down. But they're so much fun to make. All right, now we're going to do a little bit of stamping. So I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to get the flower from our set, a simple little flower, and I'm going to use the pool party. Now, I will tell you that, when we do it in a minute, I'll explain something, but let me open up, and I'm going to leave it like this, because we're going to use this too. So get this and stamp right up here toward the top, because I'm going to put my sentiment underneath. Careful not to rock it so you don't get the edges. All right. And let's see. We used a different stamp inside. All right. So this is our blender pen. And I'm going to use the blender pen to shade this. However, some colors blend better than others. This, the real red, blends beautifully. Yeah, I just did it like this, and it pulled the color up. But this pool party doesn't do that. So what I did was I took my ink pad, and you've seen this before, and I just mashed down so that I can get some ink in my lid. That's what you want. You want ink in your lid. I'm going to move my card so I don't get ink on it. You know me. I'm a disaster waiting to happen. All right, and so I'm just going to take my blender pen, and I'm going to start at the bottom of each flower and blend up. And you don't want it, I don't want it colored totally in. but I want the darker area to be at the bottom. So I'm just going to start at the bottom and blend upward. And it is just going to create a nice, very subtle color on this flower. And I love that. I love that. There. And see, I'm leaving the edges white. I just think it looks wonderful that way. All right. So this isn't going to take long. But I did want to demonstrate to you. Now, like I said, on the Real Red, you don't have to have extra ink. It does it. Isn't that funny how some of the colors do that, but some don't? So the pool party, for whatever reason, does not have enough pigment, maybe. Maybe that's it. So I'm going to find a little darker area, and where the flower is folded over, I want that to be darker. Here's a place where it's folded up. There was one more right here. I think there were 3 places on here where the flower was folded over, and so I wanted that to be a little darker than the rest. Okay. So we're just going to keep working all the way around. And this, oh, there's an area there that's folded. And I didn't catch that one. So I'm going to get a little bit of the darker and put it there. There. And it's real subtle, so. Okay, here we go. We're working toward the edge. Okay. The last 2, it looks like. One more. All right. There we go. So there's our flower. Now, if you like a more intense color, then you might use your Stampin' Blend markers. But I wanted to use my blender pen. All right, so we've got that. And now I'm going to mount that. Make sure it's dry. I think it is. I'm going to mount that on my pool party mat. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead now and stamp my happy birthday sentiment on my Fresh Freesia scrap. And I'm going to do that in black. I think, yeah, here it is. I want it to show up. So I'm going to do it in black. Okay, and as you can see, we're going to cut this apart. So I'm going to get it as close to the edge as I can. Trying to get it even. That one's better. All right. So we've got that done. And I'm going to take my snips and cut off the end. Cut off the end here. Cut this. You can do it on your trimmer. And then I'm going to cut this apart. Well, I think I'm going to trim this down just a little bit. That's why it's better to use your trimmer, really. So you get it even. If you're a perfectionist, you definitely want to do your trimmer. All right, so we're going to throw our scraps away. And we're going to grab our dimensionals. Here they are. Glad I had them where I could see them. Huh. All right, put my scissors away. And I'm going to put mini dimensionals on the back of this. On the back of each of these. Okay. Yeah. All right. Get the backing off. These are little pieces, so it's a little bit harder to hold them down and get your backing off. Okay. I'm going to put the happy down first. And I'm just going to put it right there and try to get it even. And then birthday. I have to hold it up, look at it. And it's not cut perfectly even. But someone told me back when I first started card making, and I know you've heard this, but I needed to hear it, that these are homemade, not Hallmark. You know, Hallmark cards, every one of them are perfect. These are homemade. They're not Hallmark. All right, and so I chose on this card, I chose to move it over toward the end, but you don't have to do that. You can put it right in the middle. So I'll do one in the middle, and I'm going to do it just with adhesive. So I'm going to do it in the middle. Now you want to be careful that your adhesive does not overlap onto your card, because you don't want to glue anything else down. I'm going to move it up a little bit. Make sure, there we go. There. Okay. So I just chose to do this one a little different so you can see the difference. And here's my, okay, we've got a little bit more stamping to do. So I'm just going to stamp the, I may not have put it on a block. Let me see. The 3 flowers, I didn't. So I'm going to clean this stamp, take it off the block. Oops. Using my chamois, it just works wonderfully. I put it back in here so it doesn't get lost. Put the 3 flowers on the block. Get my pool party back out again. And I just want to stamp way over here on this edge so that it doesn't show. But I'm just gonna, I can't tell. There we go. I moved it up so you can see. All right. I'm gonna stamp it right here on that corner. There we go. Clean this one. Set it aside. Close my ink. All right, now we're ready to adhere this to the inside of our card. A place where you can sign your name, put a greeting, whatever you want to do. So it's going to go right inside here. I need to move this up so I can see that I'm online. Okay, so here we just need to add our ribbon, and I'm just going to tie a simple bow. I have to tighten it. I made it really loose. So tighten it up, pull it in, tie tighten it up, pull it in, tighten it up one more time, and that'll be just about the perfect size for right there in the corner. And I'm going to trim it and trim it. Use a glue dot and put that beauty right there in the corner of my card. Right there. And I said I was going to use the adhesive backed sequins and gems. So let's see. Do I like the blue or the fresh freesia? What do you think? Which do you like? The blue or the fresh freesia? All right. Anybody? Okay. Which do you like? The blue or the fresh freesia? What do you think? All right. We'll go with it. The fresh freesia it is. So I'm going to take a pick tool and get 3 of those. I'm going to put one up here, one here, and one right here. There we go. Isn't it beautiful? Such an easy card to make. So easy to make. And you will get the kit for 2 of those. This one right here. You'll get the kit for these 2. But you can also make more in your own colors that you like the best. So I'm a blue, green, purple person. I love blue, green, and purple. So I will gladly use this card one of these days to give to somebody. All right, so that's one way to use, that's one way to do the card that's in the kit. But I do want to show you a couple of other things, a couple of other little tricks. So I haven't put this card together totally yet. And so I'm going to get the pieces off of the card onto my mat. So what I did with this one is, first of all, I took the paper and I crumpled it up. I just crumpled it and crumpled it. Now this is basic gray cardstock, and because it's cardstock, it's a little harder to crumple, so you have to work with it a little bit. Now you could use an embossing folder, but this is just a fun, easy way to do it. And if you don't have an embossing folder that works for this card, then hey, you've got a way to give it dimension and give it depth. So I did that. I flattened it out, and then I'm going to put it on my die machine with the large die. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to run it through and cut it out. And I've already done that. That's this piece right here. You can see. And all the little pieces that came out, I saved them. So I'll show you. I used one of them on a different card, but you can use them in lots of different ways. So we've die cut that. And then we take our designer series paper. And on this designer series paper, you can find a spot where your die cuts out perfectly every flower and every leaf. So I trimmed around that, and I ran that through my die cut machine. And I've already done it to save time. So then I got all these pieces from my designer series paper that are already stamped and ready to put on the card. So I've already started assembling this card. So I'm just taking the leaves and I'm gluing them down. So I saved a few leaves to do. And now this, takes a little bit of patience, but you know what? It's worth it. So I'm going to take this leaf and it's going to go right here, right into the hole. See how perfect that is? And then I think I have 2 more leaves. And this is a time where I found that my take a pick tool with the putty end works perfect. So I actually am going to, that's a flower. This is a leaf. And this leaf is going to go right here. There's the spot for it. But instead of trying to put it on that, I'm just going to put a dot of glue right on that spot. There it comes. And with my take a pick tool, I'm just going to set this down on it. And it just goes right there. And do we have another leaf? Yes, there's a little bitty one. I'm not sure that little bitty one is going to go anywhere. I may have put one in the wrong spot. Let's see. That one I know goes there. So I'm going to put a dot of glue in there. Put that leaf in there. Let's see. Yeah, it goes this way. I want my veins going up. Let's see if this one fits in that spot. I don't think that's the one that goes there. I think I maybe put it in a different place. Let me double check. And that happened because I've moved these around several times trying to... All right, let's see if I can make this one work. I think I can. Nobody's going to know. This is not Hallmark, right? This is homemade. And nobody is going to know that it wasn't the perfect leaf. See, you don't even know, do you? All right, now I'm going to take the flowers and pop them up with mini dimensionals. So put that there. I've already popped up a couple of them. I probably should have popped up more, right? Got the big one popped up and right there in its spot. And this is the next largest one. So we're just going to put one dimensional on there. And I'm going to get the back off. Oops. And put it right there. Let's see. This one, I think, goes right there. So put a dimensional on the back of that one. And put it right there. Whoops. Need to move it over a little bit. There we go. This one, it's just like putting a puzzle together. This one goes right here. It's that one. Okay. Are you good at puzzles? This is like putting a puzzle together, but it's so worth it. The beauty. All right, this one Must be this one right here, I think. Yep. Okay. This one is going to go right here. They just fit right into the opening. All right. 3 more. This one, I think, goes right here. This one. Goes right here. And last but not least is this little one. And it goes right down here. I want to make sure my dimensional doesn't show. And it goes right here. All right. So look at the dimension. Can you see the dimension, the depth of this card? It is beautiful. So I went ahead and made a happy birthday, and I think I'm going to put it right up here. And I did a double bow out of the Baker's Twine Essentials pack, and it has 4 spools of twine in it. This is the gray. I've already used up the Very Vanilla, so I'm going to have to get another one. And I'm going to use a glue dot to put this down. And I think I'm going to put it right up here. I could even put it up here. I think I'll put it up here. I think I'll put it right there. What do you think? All right. There oops, I forgot to put this down. I did put the dimensionals on the back, so I wouldn't have to do that. Got dimensional backs everywhere right now. So I'm just going to put it right there. All right. If I'd had Very Vanilla twine, I would have used it. But I didn't. I was out. So I had to go with the gray. But it's still a very subtle, very pretty look. So there's that one. Another way to use this is, once again, I took my Very Vanilla paper and I crumpled it up. And then I did the same thing. I die cut the pieces out. But this time, instead of using this as my base, I'm going to save it for another card. And I used a Very Vanilla base and a Smoky Slate matte. And this is the Abigail Rose, one of the Designer Series papers. And I'm going to use the petals that I die cut out of that to create a flower. So like I said, I saved my petals. So what I did was I layered 3 different petals, one on top of the other, and just glued them down. And then my gray that I die cut from this one, I used as my stem. And then I just used my, what is it? Double oval punch to do the scalloped out of the Smoky Slate and the sentiment piece out of the Very Vanilla. And there you go. And I used the basic pearls at the bottom. So there's another one using this die. And yeah, I think that's it. The ones I wanted to demonstrate to you. So, oh, I did want to show you this though, and I actually had thought about using it on this card. This is the ribbon that comes with that bundle, and it is perfect for stamping on. So I just used my basic gray ink, and I just stamped leaves going every which way all around my ribbon. Isn't that fun? Here, make sure you can see it. So it's so fun to do that. And of course, you could use any color that you wanted. And then I would take it and I can do my bow with it. Or you can use it across your card with all of the stamped pieces showing. Let's see. It just, and I'm going to turn this one around so that the stamped part will show. Get it turned around. This creates a much bulkier bow, and I'm thinking that because of that, this card is so delicate. I'm not sure, but I wanted to show you how to do the ribbon because I thought that was so much fun. So I could put it there. I think it's a little too bulky for this card. It might have been better for this one. It might have been better for this one. But anyway, it's a fun way to use that ribbon. All right. So there you have it for the, where's my paper? For the monthly, December monthly stamp club. $35, featuring the Cottage Rose bundle. And I'm going to put this back in here real quick. And all the supplies that you need for 8 card kits, 2 each of 4 designs. And you saw the 4 cards. One more time. This one. This one. This one. And this one. All 4 card kits. Plus $20 to $25 in supplies. And with this kit, you're going to get a package of this Simply Elegant trim, and it comes in gold and in silver. You're going to get a package of the Pearl Basic Jewels, and I used them here and here, the Pearl Basic Jewels, and a packet, and a blender pen. Just in case you might not have a blender pen, you'll get one blender pen, one brand new blender pen. So that's the products that you will receive included in this kit. And I hope that you will give it a try. And remember, if you do 6 in a row, 6 months in a row, you'll get $25, a swag bag with $25 in free products. So that's it. I was looking to see if you have any questions. All right. I don't think so. All right. I hope that you have a blessed week. And thank you, Kay, for being on. Did you have any questions? I'm looking to see. I don't see any. All right. Well, if there are no questions, then I'm going to find my little poker pen, which I can't find. There it is. And call it good night or good day. God bless you. Bye-bye.